Robert Woods suffered a shoulder injury, could be out a couple of weeks. As for the Saints, it is defensive injuries that's a concern. They are without their top two cornerbacks, Marshawn Lattimore, Ken Crawley. They are also without their starting defensive end, Alex Okafor. Tore his Achilles. He is out for the season, Jim.
All right, thank you, Tracy, and we'll keep an eye on how the Saints are able to work without their starting corners. Sean Payton's team pulling off the biggest fourth quarter comeback in franchise history last Sunday against Washington, winning in overtime. And Sean McVay, the youngster, the youngest head coach in the modern era, doing a great job here in his first season. Here's the kick to Cooper, and he burst up the middle, and Lutz, the kicker, has hold of him around the neck, but it's a big run back across the 40. 40-yard run back to give the Rams a strong starting point for the first snap. Jared Goff coming out, 16 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Last year, Tony, you addressed it, 0-7. People were saying, can this guy play? He was the first overall selection. And look, you get some help. You get help on the offensive line. You get a new coach, new philosophy, and yes, this kid can play. You'll see it today. Gurley is running back. And they fake to him across the middle, and he's got a hook up here with Watkins. And Sammy Watkins finally falls at the Saints 35. So they attack those new corners right on the very first play. Beat P.J. Williams.
Watch the tight end go right through the middle and then fire right behind the linebackers. And this is a staple of Sean McVay's offense. They got great play action game.
Picked up 24. And already at the 35 of New Orleans.
Hey, watch your left. Hey, Mickey.
You're going to see this a lot today. Goff at the line of scrimmage, changing a play, couple of play calls, gets to the right one.
It's Gurley, who has the most scrimmage yards in the league coming into the week. Also the most total touchdowns. Talking about some of the additions, this was a big one. Andrew Whitworth coming over as a free agent from Cincinnati. Also, don't overlook Sullivan, the center. What a veteran presence he's been. And Kupp, the rookie third rounder out of Eastern Washington. He has more receptions than any rookie wide receiver in the league through 10 games.
Yeah, he really understands how to run routes in the slot. He's got great instincts. He's a really mature rookie. Studies hard. That's how you do it.
2nd and 6. And that's the handoff to Austin, who lined up in the backfield. They move him around all over. Still trying to find exactly what the right role is for him. Here is Dennis Allen's defense. Jordan, their top sack man, with 8 on the season. A.J. Klein is back. He missed the Redskins game with an ankle injury. And Harris starting for Lattimore, the rookie, who is again inactive with an ankle. And in many minds is Lattimore, again absent today, but defensive rookie of the year kind of performance to this point. 3rd and 5. Goff, boy, tucked it under and then went to another option, and that paid off for a first down to Gurley. Gain of 11.
Well done by Goff. Going to throw a quick little route to his tight end and checks it down. That's the evolution. Now he's going to motion, see what the defense is in, look over there. Hey, here we go. We're going to run our skates, roller skates, you know, back when you were in high school.
They will come up with some different calls on these audibles. That's Goff, and that's Everett. And again, around the neck, they bring him down. Klein, but it's near another first down.
It's a simple bootleg, another play action. They get Goff on the move as he throws to Everett on the side, and you'll just see this over and over again. There's a little bit in this offense. You got McVay's influence from the Redskins. Then all of a sudden you got Matt LaFleur's influence from the quarterback coach with the Falcons. So you got some Kyle Shanahan. You morph these two together, really hard to defend. A lot of neat stuff on tape that we're going to talk about today.
2nd and less than a yard. Already taking it inside the Saints 10. New Orleans deferred here and kicked away, and now trying to somehow keep him out as Gurley rides it down to about the 5. And it'll be 1st and goal to go for the Rams at 7-3 on the season, coming into the game 1 game up on the Seahawks in the NFC West.
Do you see this motion here? They stole this from the Saints last week. Motion, fake to him going across, pitch it over here to your back. What happens is you get the defense moving. The Saints won the game in overtime against Washington with that play to set them up to win the game. Every coach watches a game plan, loves the play. We're stealing it. We're using it against you. Happens every week in the league.
It was 2 big Ingram runs for the Saints that set them up for the winning field goal. Here's Goff to the end zone for the touchdown to Watkins. Sammy Watkins caught a 24-yard pass on the first play, and now he ends this opening drive with the touchdown reception.
Just a simple handoff play. Quarterback has the option to throw the slant or hand it off. Goff sees one-on-one with Watkins and a Devontae Harris who's playing, and he's the backup with the 2 corners hurt today for the Saints, and they picked on him.
Well, they do come right out and attack the backup corners who have to go today for New Orleans. And now Zuerlein having a brilliant season. He's the leading scorer in the league. And he boots it through. Watkins, his 5th touchdown, the former Bill, getting it done here. Opening drive, score for the Rams. 5 touchdown tosses a year ago, 17 on this season, and you saw with that opening drive, 59 yards in 7 plays, why this team is scoring more than 16 points a game above last year's average. So Zuerlein delivers the touchback, and we'll bring out Drew Brees and the Saints riding high after that 0-2 start. 8 consecutive wins, and during that streak you see his numbers. Now he's not dazzling you with the numbers, and he'll be the first to tell you he didn't care about that, and that's a good thing because he's got all these other options, the 2 backs who can give you so many different things in the running game, the pass game.
You're exactly right, and I'll tell you right now, it's dangerous when Drew Brees doesn't have to do all the work, because you know he can still win it for you like he did last week in Washington in that 4th quarter to bring him back.
So Kamara goes into a slot, empty backfield, and Brees has Thomas. Thomas looking around, and he tripped up. Thomas, who's had at least 6 catches in 5 consecutive games, gets a quick one here for a big gain of 24.
Watch right here. Thomas going to go up, shake him, whoop, right back inside. And now you got 15, 20, 20, 25, 30. Jermaine Johnson just didn't recognize that he had no help inside. Empty formation, no help.
Right back 2.
Got it to near midfield. Each team opening with 24-yard pass plays. And now the bootleg, the throw, then the completion. And that's Ted Ginn Jr. The Saints offense, as we've said, they also over 30 points a game. We got the 2nd and 3rd highest scoring teams in the game here. Ramczyk, that was a good draft pick. The last pick of the 1st round. Number 32 overall, Ramczyk, right tackle. Ingram. What a combo, though, with Ingram and Kamara. And it's going to be Ingram in the backfield for this 2nd and 4 snap. Going up top again. Oh, Willie. No, he doesn't have a chance because Aaron Donald got to him. And a loss of 5.
You're going to see Aaron Donald, who gets one-on-one a lot. You don't want to have him go one-on-one for a full game. Now, that ball's got to come out. That's not that bad a job by Pete right there. But what Wade Phillips does when he comes in as a D coordinator, his best attribute is he gets these linemen singled up. Your best player, when he gets to go one-on-one, that's coaching. Coach has got that guy to get one-on-one on that play. And that's what Wade Phillips does better than anybody as a defensive coordinator.
Of course, way back when, Wade was the D coordinator at San Diego when Brees was the quarterback there. They got to him again. And that plucked out of the air by Armstead as Quinn hit Brees from behind and the ball popped out. And the Saints will be forced to punt. Lucky not to turn it over, though.
You're going to see speed off the edge with Quinn here. And he just gets that hand right there before Drew can get that ball off. And what a great catch by Armstead to keep the completion alive.
Morstead now punts it. And a fair catch called and completed at the 17 by Cooper.
That's the game right now. They got to be able to block the Rams if they're going to win today.
Yes, the site of Super Bowl I. So I got a call this week. Hey, I want to show you my home. I want to show you my house. You know, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
It ends up George Schweitzer, who does it all for CBS, and Brian Grant, who's the director of operations. They want to give me the historical tour. There is so much here you cannot believe. It's the only stadium to ever host the Super Bowl, the World Series, and the Olympics. And here's a pass play to open up another drive for 9.
I feel like whenever someone says, hey, let me show you my house, it's always like weird, like you're like, what's going to happen now?
But this was one of the all-time great things that had a super payoff in the end.
It did, because you said it was special. A lot of tradition and history around here.
How about a World Series being in here in 1959? Dodgers and White Sox. People maybe have overlooked that.
Yeah, it was they hit a 100-foot home run to the left field.
That's about what it was.
See how much is going on right here at the line of scrimmage? They do this more than anybody in the league. Get on the line quick, take their time, get on the line quick, snap it.
The give is to Austin. It's wide open on that side. And he gets a block thrown by Higbee. So Kupp makes the catch on first down. Austin picks up plenty of yardage, 10-yard gain on the second play. And this is the first series by Goff.
Key play was the check down on 3rd and 5. Stay within the system, got a soft 2, and you get right back to your back, and then just accurate all over the field and picking on a couple of these corners. Get up to the line, tell these guys what to do, see what they're in. You snap it quick once in a while, so that way they have to get in their alignment on defense. If you're always slow, they'll take their time showing you.
Play action, and that ball flutters incomplete. It was deflected by Cameron Jordan. So they've run 10 plays, and they've picked up 5 first downs. And this is the first time the Saints defense really did anything. Jordan, a Cal man from Cal Berkeley, deflecting a pass from a former Cal quarterback.
It was a good job. Another play action that they had a guy open for another 20-yard gain. But the pressure just made him hold it.
2nd and 10. Saints now bring it. It's picked up, leaving a man open. Good piece of tackling to keep them in check. That was stopped about 5 yards short by Harris on the tackle. Reynolds with the catch, and let's check the marker here. John Perry will fill us in.
Personal foul, defense, number 32, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, Kenny Vaccaro was guarding Watkins in the slot, and he's been playing a lot more over the slot. That's helped us, really, this defense as a whole. But I feel like he might have grabbed his face mask. Yeah, right there. You see it.
Well, the Rams, again, wasting little time to advance the football past the 50 onto the Saints side.
Now, this looks like an I formation, but this is a tight end right here. They do a ton of stuff out of this.
Including throwing the football, but not having the chance to, as Jordan completes it, gets the sack. And a loss of 11.
So another play action, but watch the tight end here. He's going to go up and then squirt and come open. And Jared right now, look at right in the flat, throw it. It just doesn't see it there. He's still looking down the field. That's one you'll watch on tape and be like, oh, as soon as I feel that pressure, get to your outlet throw right away. Would have picked up 15 or 20.
That was the 9th sack of the season for Jordan. He's made a couple of plays on this series. Second and 21. Try to rush 4. Goff getting around Hendrickson and throws it. Feet are down. That's Kupp. Kupp with the catch. And he picked up 20.
Watch all the way out to the sideline. Goff showing off the wheels, gets to the side and throws the ball, and Kupp stretches and gets in, and that's a big play. Gets him in field goal range, gets him almost to the first down.
Cooper Kupp, that is that family has a big history in the Saints organization. His grandfather was a 5-time captain for the New Orleans Saints. Jake Kupp back in the early days, his granddad. 3rd and 1.
You want to pound this rock right here, but you almost can't with this front. It's going to be hard for them to get it if they do it real quick.
Hand off up the middle. Good tackling by the New Orleans defense. Von Bell comes up to help A.J. Klein and just absolutely meet head on Gurley.
Yeah, the front, that's just, you got to get the ball to the edges versus that front, and
they're going to go for it.
Here we go.
Going to go for it on 4th and 1 at the 35. You got a kicker who has not missed all season beyond 50, but they want more. They know, they feel comfortable in being able to move the football against this Saints defense, obviously. All they need is one.
Another one tight end set. This could be tough. They got to throw this, I feel like.
Or just try to draw them off.
That's what they're doing.
Timeout called by the Rams, and very possibly we'll see Zuerlein from about 54 when we come back. During the break, it looked like Zuerlein was going to get the call. He was a few steps onto the field and ready to go. Mannion, his holder was out there, but then McVay thought it over. He's going to go for it.
Yeah, and I tell you what, he's got 3 receivers in the game, 1 back. You could take away the running game. There's only 5 linemen. You could put 7 guys up in there, what the Saints are doing, and they're banking on you throwing a slant here or something. Goff wanted to see the front. He's going to get up and call the play, signal. Aggressive call right here by the Rams.
Oh, and they go deep. Flag is out, and the ball falls incomplete. Vaccaro was back defending on Reynolds. And let's see the penalty marker. There are a couple of them down at the 25. Was he held? It's going to be the call against the Saints.
Yeah, Vaccaro. It's almost like he was, I saw
Prior
it.
to the pass, holding, defense, number 32, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Well, you're going to see Vaccaro right there in the slot kind of grab Reynolds. And he was really thinking that Everett was going to come in on a slant, and so they were going to pass that off. And so he gets his eyes in a bad spot, and that was the reason why he had to hold. He just needed to guard his guy.
Second penalty on Vaccaro this drive, and look, coming across is Robertson. And did he time that right on?
This is one of the hardest things to do in ball. If you time it perfectly, the guard's got to step down and the tackle. And you see right there, guard's a hair late. Brown on that one and Havenstein both. Communication, well-timed blitz by Robertson right there.
And a loss of 7. Rams having already overcome a 2nd and 21 on this drive. Now 2nd and 17. Bounce pass. Ooh, he zinged that one, and out of reach for Kupp. Little heat behind that one.
Yeah, a little too much heat because he was wide open. And you'll see outside, watch Kupp is going to go up the field and then come right in and look at that window. I mean, that's when you just throw on his shoulder. Just put it on that back shoulder middle and have him sit right there. I mean, that's 20, 25 yards. Sure doesn't miss a lot of those when they're that open.
Would be a 54-yard field goal from here if they fail to pick up any yardage. 3rd and 17. We go screen. Gurley, Saints are there to cover it up. Hold them to a gain of about 3.
Rams were expecting a blitz, some sort of an all-out pressure, and they throw the screen. And what happens is right here, you see that Klein has the back, and he fights up the field, and it's a great job of getting Klein by the line, but the D-line, Hendrickson sniffs it out.
So this will be a 50-yard attempt. He's 4 for 4 from 50 and beyond this season. Best field goal percentage in the league at 96.6%. 28 of 29 from 50. How good is this guy? Greg Zuerlein. Zuerlein with the kick from 50, and it's 10-0 Rams.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Domino's. Order online at Domino's.com. And by Novodisc. Learn more at heartoftype2.com.
A nice moment Tuesday when Rams players Dominique Easley, Aaron Donald, Carlos Thompson joined forces with Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Los Angeles and provided a Thanksgiving meal to over 30 families. So Los Angeles, touchdown and field goal, its first 2 possessions. Short kick, bouncing around and fielded at the 1 and then steps into the end zone. There was a little doubt there for a moment what was going on. That was Tommy Lee Lewis, but it is a touchback, and tonight there are no judges, no courts, no police, and no crime. How does it all work? 60 Minutes visits an enchanting island tonight, only CBS. Well, the Saints found themselves playing from behind all last week. They never led until they actually kicked the game winner in overtime to storm back again from 15 down with just a couple of minutes to go in the 4th. Extend that winning streak, and they carry it here with Ingram. That's their first running play after the opening series when they try to go up top every time. This is the two-headed attack they have. Kamara, Ingram, it's awesome. Look at their scrimmage yards. Each over 900, Tony.
These 2 guys both are complementary. The nice thing is usually you have a receiver back and you have a pounding back. These 2 both are interchangeable. They both do the same routes, the same trees, the same runs, so you never get a beat on it as a defensive coordinator. You never know what to call based on personnel.
Kamara, look at Kamara go. Look at Kamara past the 50 and racing down the sideline. They can't get him. He breaks it for the touchdown. 74 yards, the longest play of the rookie's career.
Watch the center and guard right here. What a block by Unger to seal the edge, and then Kamara just shows off the ability. I'm telling you, Kamara averages 7.6 yards per touch. Per touch. Second in the NFL's 5.8. I mean, that's an astronomical difference between first and second in a per touch. I mean, this guy is special.
Luck's extra point good. Yes, his average rush per carry tops in the league, and guess what? It just went way up.
Yeah.
With that one. We'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Lowe's. Alvin Kamara, the 3rd-round pick out of Tennessee. He's special, and he's got all kinds of ability. But when you talk to his coach, the first thing he'll talk about, really, his greatest attribute is his intelligence, and it's his ability to pick up this offense so quickly, to go with all that speed and power. We just saw it all on display.
You're not kidding. And early in the year, remember, they drafted him, right? Well, they had Adrian Peterson before that. And free agency comes before the draft, which is a little different. The NFL is different than other sports.
As Cooper has another decent run back across the 30. We'll get back to that, Tony, in a minute, but we got an update. Crazy things happening around the league. Let's go back to JB and Nate.
Jim and Tony, for sure. Frustration by both squads boiling over.
That's right, JB. A couple weeks ago, President of Football Operations and GM John Elway called the Broncos soft. Maybe this has something to do with it. Crabtree getting into it with Aqib Talib, and you can see blows were thrown. Talib thrown out, Crabtree thrown out, along with Gabe Jackson. I know guys get passionate, but we don't want to see this on the field.
Back to Jim Nantz.
You also don't want to get into a fight on the field with your opponent still wearing a helmet and you're not. Of course, this goes back to a game I was there last year, Talib and Crabtree. The first time they met this year, Crabtree was out of the game, but last year, Talib came up and ripped a gold chain off around his neck, just snapped it. So that's all carryover from last year for sure. That's Austin, bounced out after 3. So, yeah, the Saints, they saw something special in Kamara when they made a visit up to Knoxville, work him out.
Yeah, and you know, I was mentioning it before. The NBA, you have your draft before free agency. Well, here it's different. So they had to go out and get some depth at the running back position. And so free agency, they go get Adrian Peterson. And then when they get Kamara, they're like, we have 3 guys now that we're trying to play. And they could tell real fast in the OTAs, like, hey, Kamara's special. We got to get him on the field. And that allowed them to really start to figure out you know, the rotation and what they could do with Adrian Peterson and let him go somewhere else.
2nd and 9. It's Austin for no gain. Yes, Peterson traded after week 4. And we've got more on that whole storyline, Tony. Here's Tracy.
That's right. You mentioned when Sean Payton went to work out Kamara at Tennessee, and that was his first chance to really get to know him. He listened in on him talking football with his quarterback and the coordinator and was so impressed. Then he asked him to run some routes, and he said everything he plugged in for him, he basically yawned at. It was so easy, and then he realized that right there how smart he was. He got on the plane. He said, we have to get this kid. Jim?
Yes, he knew it. He said, we're not going to let anybody else draft him but us. And they got him round 3, and he has been a difference maker. 3rd and 8, meanwhile, for Los Angeles. And that pass off the mark, trying to go back to Watkins, who was so effective on the first drive that led to a touchdown catch by Watkins. Opened the game with a big catch as well. But now the Rams will have to punt for the first time with Johnny Hekker, one of the best for a very long time.
On that specific route, Watkins just got lazy at the top, doesn't come right out of it. It was a good throw, but Watkins just almost just takes the stem too high. Just got to come flat.
So Hekker averaging about 47 yards a boot. This one's going to bounce around inside the 20 and go out near the 19. And we'll be back in 30 seconds after this from Garmin. Okay, so the Saints offense back onto the field after the last time they touched it, pulling off their longest play of the year by 20 yards. The 74-yard run by Kamara. Now, they have a lot of what they categorize in big plays, anything that's 20 plus.
Oh, yeah, you're not
the 2 best teams in the league at that.
They are. They're both explosive. This puts a lot of pressure on these defenses. The difference is New Orleans is over 5 yards per carry on first down. And that's when they know you're going to run the football.
And here they run it with Kamara, and he's got an easy 6.
That's why New Orleans is dangerous this year. You have this quarterback on this team, and he only, you know, when you're Drew Brees, you could go to that like high level, right? Let's say there's a level 10 for high level quarterback play. He used to have to go there 15, 20 times a game, do something special out of the system to help them win. Now, he only has to go there 4 or 5 times a game, and you're asking him, well, that's a scary opponent when they get to do that. That quarterback taking the pressure off him.
One more snap in the first quarter with Ingram stacked up only a yard. 3rd and 3 will begin the second quarter. Everything we thought it would be. A lot of big plays already. 10-7 Rams after 1. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Back for the second quarter at Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. Jim Nantz, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson, Jim Rickoff, Mike Arnold, all the crew on hand. 3rd and 3 coming up for New Orleans. Breeze backpedals away, unloads it. What a catch by Ginn. Dancing around, trying to get to that marker. And then he's wrapped up by Quinn, who kept him short. Just outside of a yard away. That took a lot to get 2 yards on that play.
Yep, Barwin gets the pressure, and Breeze does a good job of sliding and still getting that ball off. But that's what you got to do on 3rd and 3. Get pressure on the quarterback, make him throw it under duress, a little inaccurate.
Pharaoh Cooper is back for the return from Morstead. Tavon Austin used to have this job, but he muffed 3 punts.
Yeah, that'll get you taken off the job pretty quick.
Yes, indeed. Where'd that bounce out? They're going to bounce, say it bounced out near the 12. Let's go to your tape room. 60-yard punt, by the way, by Morstead.
So we got Tony's tape room. Now watch Jared Goff. This is when I knew he was going to be a player. You sit and put the tape on. Watch how much patience on that back foot. And you see how the rotation, as he throws that, he doesn't need all the space. See the space in front of him? If you have to take 2 or 3 hitches, his body throws from a phone booth. His shoulders throw the football. He doesn't need a lot of momentum into the throw with 2 or 3 hitches because you hit your guards, your center in front of you. That's when you know the quarterback has a ceiling that can continue to get better and better. And that's impressive when you watch Jared Goff on tape.
It's an impressive arm, I'll tell you that. Just eyeballing it here. We saw him in the preseason, too.
You're exactly right. Got a little pressure, see if Goff saw. Run blitz here, probably one of the inside backers.
The pickup for Carroll, and the pass is over there in the direction of Saffold, their left guard.
So here's the problem on this play.
Yeah.
It's a screen pass, and your back is blocking the blitzer.
And now comes the flag for grounding.
It is, it's grounding. So the back, this is why communication at the line is huge.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 16. It was in the pocket and threw to an area. It was not occupied by an eligible receiver. Penalty includes a loss of down, second down.
So the back is a screen. He's going to come over here and block Vaccaro off the edge, but it's a screen on this side of the field. The back's play. So go ahead and watch. Goff's like, okay, I don't know where to go now since my back went left. And that's the problem when you call a lot of plays at the line. It's like all 11 guys got to know through communication what the play is every time. And when one guy doesn't know, it makes the play look silly.
What, you don't think Saffold would have been a good target? Or that you could have caught it and run with it?
Yeah, we did see the big guy, was it Gabe Jackson who did it in Oakland last time we did it?
2nd and 18. Able to dump it across to Gurley. Nice move. Nice move to slip past a Saints defender and pick up the first down plus bonus yardage.
So this is really bad tackling. Watch the bird's eye view here. Just going to go through the line and come across. Cover 2. And you see Gurley with that just explosive ability to get by Devontae Harris. Just a really poor angle by Harris on the side. And Todd Gurley is just the bell cow for this football team this year. 4 games with over 100 yards rushing. He had 0 last year. This system's built for him. He leads the league in scrimmage yards, total touchdowns.
Here's a handoff to Austin to the 40. Yeah, the Rams haven't had a player lead the NFL in scrimmage yards since 1951 in Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch. Now, you grew up in Wisconsin, as did Hirsch, and later became the University of Wisconsin athletic director long ago. But he was a legend out here. Crazy Legs.
He was a legend up there in Wisconsin, I tell you. If they got a guy as good as him, they hit a home run, and I think you're seeing Gurley as a home run pick for them.
Justin Davis has come in as the back on 2nd and 6. Has to spin away from the pressure. Was there early contact? Pass intended for Kupp. No flag. Broken up by P.J. Williams.
Yeah, and Justin Davis didn't pick up the protection up front, and right here you're going to watch Kupp just go up. Go get that ball. You got to drive back, and it's a great job by P.J. Williams to time it perfectly. Look at the ref. Oh, hey.
P.J. Williams started the first couple of games of this season. And then Ken Crawley came in, but Crawley is also inactive today, one of the starting corners. Again, Lattimore as well. 3rd and 6. Good job escaping. Goff, but nowhere to go. That was Sheldon Rankins who really broke up the play and forced him to try to improvise. He is able to get away without a sack, a gain of 1.
Watch this. Rankins right up the middle with a spin move. Cam Jordan also got the pressure, and good job by Goff not to throw that ball. No one was open on that play. They were sticky on the outside. Saints got to give them credit for the pass rush and the back end playing well together on the same big 3rd down.
Now they say instead of a yard gain, it is no gain, so it will go as a sack. They just official stats changed it. And fair catch at the 11 by Lewis. 50-yard boot. Breeze ready to go again. Down 3. Plays have been run by the Rams. And 3-1 time of possession. You played here a few times at the Coliseum. It's the first time I've ever broadcast from here, so it's a thrill to see it. And I know you, from this view up here, it's a little bit of a higher view than you had in your rookie year, but it is great to be here.
I'll tell you the history of this place. You can talk about it for hours. but we're only going to talk about it for another 4 seconds. And then move on to Drew Brees.
Yes.
Who's been under pressure today. And the big key coming into this game was their ability to get separation versus man coverage. And Drew's having to hold that ball. You see each time he's having to take that extra hitch or two, it's mostly because the game plan to beat a Wade Phillips team, you're going to be against man coverage all game. You got to get separation at the wide receiver position. If you do, big plays. If you don't, you're not going to be the quarterback's caught holding the ball. You're going to get hit a bunch. They got to rectify that.
Wade Phillips trying to figure things out. He usually does for that defense. Tossed over to Kamara. Gets out of traffic. Look how many Rams he was able to dodge and move around to pick up the first down gain of 6.
Didn't that remind you of Westbrook back in the day from the Eagles? Watch this. This is going to be a simple swing screen, we call it. Look left, Drew, throw to your right, softly, and now everyone's there. It's a tackle -4. Nope, not right there. And you, no, you, I'll get the first down and down.
I said to Kamara, I said, if you were doing Tony's job and you were watching yourself play, looking down from the booth, how would you describe you? And he said, smooth and powerful. There's a toss
funny.
over to Ginn. That sounds about right.
Yeah, my wife asked me, how would you describe yourself, Tony? And I was like, beautiful, good looking. I mean, gregarious. I don't know what that means, but it sounds good. I mean, there was a bunch of stuff I came up with. She just kind of just walked away, but it was a great moment.
As she should.
Yeah, well, she does know me well.
2nd and 3 coming up for New Orleans. Down 10 early in this game. And then Kamara breaks it for 74. Ingram gets the handle. And clobbered after about 1. We saw earlier a clip of the first Super Bowl that ever took place, and that Super Bowl 1 was right here. Take me through this play.
Well, you're going to see the motion. Now watch. It's a poor job of blocking. As he comes back, he just completely, Snead doesn't even block the linebacker. You have one guy to block, and it just disrupts the play there.
So the first Super Bowl was held here January 15, 1967, a little more than 50 years ago. Later that season, the Saints premiered. About 8 months later against the Los Angeles Rams. And here they go on 3rd and 2. The Saints trying to pick up the first. And that's Ogletree with the tackle in the open field and holds him to no gain. Brilliant play by Ogletree. Stopping Ingram.
So here you go. Watch Ogletree right here. The communication on the motion is the key to the play. As the motion comes out, he tells him, you go there, in and out, I got the back. And he runs across the field to make that play. That's all communication getting done by a film study guy. That's why you love a linebacker who loves football.
Morstead's last punt went 60. There's another good one to Cooper. Starts at the 17. And now is met and surrounded by 3 or 4 Saints. Got a flag right in the area of the tackle. That was a 51-yard boot.
During the return, illegal block in the back. Return team number 32. 10-yard penalty. 1st and 10, timeout.
There you see it. Called on Hill.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Pizza Hut. No one out-pizzas the Hut. Garmin. Get a Garmin smartwatch and beat yesterday. And by Macy's.
Busy weekend, no doubt, at the Grove in Los Angeles. Folks getting out to start the holiday shopping. Bootleg, Goff. And that completion to Cooper. Nearly a gain of 10. We'll give him 9 there. Thursday, NFC East showdown. Washington and Dallas look to stay alive in the playoff hunt. Thursday Night Football, NFL Network, NBC, and streaming live on Amazon Prime Video. Yes, both teams are 5-6. We've seen the Cowboys here just a few days ago. And we'll see come Thursday night if they're able to make quite a shift in the way that things were going the matchup against the other day against the Chargers.
Yeah, both those teams are in must-win games. Washington with that devastating loss to the Saints at the end when they had that game, and then Dallas just having a horrible 3-game stretch.
You see Gurley picks up a first down on 2nd and short.
Here it is, the play action. Goff early in the game, you saw it. And you see a lot of these first down chunk plays that they love getting the defense moving one way and throwing behind them. And this is the staple of that Shanahan, that Sean McVay. I mean, they got some unique stuff. You put the tape on, it's fun. I mean, they do a lot of neat stuff. And their screen game, they have the best screen game in the NFL as well. You'll see it soon here. They're going to use something that's a screen at some point.
So Goff with a new set of downs. Look at this. Little hook and ladder almost. They give it to Austin, and it's a short gain. Kupp caught it, then pitched it to Austin.
And there's your screen, a different way. It's a screen just like we got lucky it called right here. But look at the lines out. They throw this. They try and get you overplaying Kupp. The DB's on the outside, and I tell you right now, if he wasn't there, 53 wasn't there to make that play, that could have been out. Klein did a great job getting him.
2nd and 6. As Goff has time, it's going to eventually break down on him. Completes it to Gurley. Breaks 2 tackles and has another first down. That was Todd Gurley right there.
To have that size and that ability to be that big, I mean, that's a big back, and be that shifty, it's impressive. You're going to see Gurley just look for protections, kind of bump, chip a little bit, and then stand there. And Goff does a great job buying time so you get out and then just shakes a couple guys. And I mean, when you have a guy like that back there, as a quarterback, your job is so easy. Everyone's covered. Let me just slide a little bit, get open, and throw it to him. And it's like, oh, move the chains.
First down, go the other way, over to Austin. Austin trying somehow to wiggle free, but the Saints had him surrounded, including A.J. Klein. So you're talking about all the pedigree, the coaching pedigree for this offense, and you can go McVay, again, hired when he was 30, turned 31 since that time, youngest since back in World War II days, and yeah, he's even 6 years younger than the guy up here in the booth, to my right.
Yeah, the guy who's got that weird picture with her talking on the side of her mouth. I mean, can we get the graphics people to pick one that looks normal?
They tried, honestly.
We're going to have to come back there every week and go through this with you guys.
They went through hundreds of images. That was the best.
That probably was the best. That's the sad part.
2nd and 11. Oh, he's got Kupp. Kupp with the catch and finally shoved out. Vaccaro, I believe it was, lost the ball.
I can't believe this. Watch Vaccaro. He's going to run. Double move, and he gets him, but he then just stops. As if he just thought the play was over. Wow, that's... You know, Vaccaro's really helped them playing in the slot because he's good in the run fits. He needs to be down there, not having to feel and, like, react. He lets guard your guy, reroute him, get in the run game, but right now he's had a really rough start to this football game.
So 1st and goal. And now Goff looks in zone, fires it, incomplete. Was trying to go back to Kupp. Cooper Kupp already with 3 catches for 81 yards.
Yeah, this Sean McVay goes for the jugular all the time. These first down play calls that he makes, he wants chunk plays, and you know, they're going to study this offense this offseason, the rest of the league, because they got Aaron Kromer, used to be with the Saints. They have a little bit of Saints. We already talked about the other stuff they got, and it's hard to game plan defensively against these guys. It's play action, screen, bootleg, and then they run the ball right at you with Gurley.
Got a 2nd and goal, right at the 7. All kinds of time. Now guns it. And it's caught for the touchdown by Reynolds, the rookie out of Texas A&M. They had to have somebody step up on the outside with no Robert Woods. And Reynolds, who only had 1 catch coming in, now has his 2nd of the game and his 1st career touchdown.
Watch the comments. 3-man rush. There's only 3 guys. When you have 3-man rush, You got to stand in there quiet and calm as a quarterback. When teams rush 3, they think you're going to throw on the same rhythm as if there was a 4 or 5-man rush. Great quarterbacks, Tom Brady, the guys who can feel 3-man rush or sense it, will just stand there and be like, you want to rush 3? Well, I'll stand back here all day, because guess what? I got 5 offensive linemen. 2 guys for you, 2 for you. I'll just go ahead and feel the guy who's one-on-one, and that's the guy I'm going to wait to get close to me. I'll wait you out for an hour, and he did that there.
Yeah, he really had time, didn't he, though? The protection was perfect. Goff has 2 touchdowns without his leading receiver in uniform today. Now up 10. Josh Reynolds hanging out in the back of the end zone, and Goff able to whip it in there for the score. And now Zuerlein, again, no chance for the return. But a return matchup coming up next Saturday, the SEC Championship. Georgia and Auburn coming up, as Auburn knocked off #1 Alabama yesterday. So it's a Georgia-Auburn matchup coming up on CBS next Saturday. Coverage begins with the pregame show at 3 Eastern. Todd Gurley, he's a Georgia man, so he'll be watching.
Part 2.
That's Ingram. What have you seen out of the quarterbacks so far? Breeze, by the way, 6 for 6 for 45 yards.
Well, this is the thing. It takes all the pressure off him when you can run the football. You know, you need Drew Brees, but right now they just need to play ball. And Drew Brees, as the game moves on, you start to ask him to do more and carry you depending upon how the game is going. Goff is doing a ton at the line of scrimmage, more than anybody I've seen in their second year in a long time, probably since Peyton Manning type. And that's part of their system, though. They want to get into a lot of good plays and have someone communicate that.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Breeze feeling it from behind and able to slide within a yard of a first. So they have the 74-yard touchdown run, but they have 55 yards total on all the other plays combined.
Yeah, we talk about the man-to-man, the separation. This is the key today. The Rams are going to win this football game if New Orleans doesn't create separation. And you see this right here, Webster, great job on Fleener. Just these windows are small. It's man-to-man. It's going to be man-to-man 95% of the game. And you've got to create separation and let Drew fire that ball in there. Nobody back deep. If they wanted a deep shot, they could take it here. Drew sending the protection to the left.
Quick pressure pass. Oh, whistle first. Yeah, sure looked for a moment like, hold on, this is going to break. Ingram brought to a halt, and timeout was the reason why. Timeout was called right before the snap.
The team's second. 30-second timeout.
Well, I don't think he would have been that open. I think Barron had him. Let's listen for the whistle here.
Donald gets a hit on him. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, I mean, he was open, but Barron stopped playing, and he was going to run with Ingram up the sideline. He might have got open, but wouldn't have been that open.
So the Saints face a 3rd and 2. They have not converted on 3rd down so far in this game. We got the Verizon halftime report straight ahead with JB and Phil, Nate, Boomer, Coach Coward. Scores and highlights from around the league coming up. Verizon halftime report. Big turnout of Saints fans, by the way. Whereas back in the day, these two were in the NFC West together, longtime rivals for over 20 years. They play twice a year. 3rd and 2. And they complete it to Thomas. Michael Thomas, a big presence on the outside. He's 4th in the league in receptions, and he's got another one here, his 2nd of the game.
This is the best play of the game twice now, other than the long run by Kamara. Empty formation. You get one-on-one with your best receiver on the slot. Now, the hard part about covering him in there in the slot is that you don't have help from the sideline. And so for Johnson there, he's got to guard inside and outside, man to man. And that should be a formation New Orleans should go to at least 5 to 7 more times in this game.
Kamara, the running back. Swing it over to him. Barwin trying to make a tackle. Kamara too quick and too shifty. And he's got another first down and he's still going.
I also think that you should just turn and throw it to the
that's all you gotta
Kamara
do.
10 yards behind everybody and just be like, make just everything happen. Because look at this. I mean, Barwin's got a shot. Another miss, another miss, another miss, another miss, and a tackle.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Kay Jewelers. Every kiss begins with K. And by New York Life. With the right guidance, everyone can be good at life.
There's Kamara with 107 total yards from scrimmage. The rest of the team 57. So he's going to sit out this snap. Barwin had a chance to get him on that quick toss, but again, Kamara just slipped through so many tackles. Turned out to be a 21-yard play to set up this one. Down the field, Breeze. Incomplete and no flag. That was Joyner on the coverage of Thomas.
See Thomas trying to get back inside to get to that ball, and Joyner does a good job of blocking him off.
That was Breeze. First incompletion of the game. He had a streak that went back to the end of the game against the Redskins. He had 19 straight completions before that one.
Wow.
8 for 9 today.
Huge stretch right here in the game. They can get points, but the Rams can hold them and really extend this lead.
Pick up of 2 for Kamara. Ogletree right there in the gap.
New Orleans has all 3 timeouts, electing not to use it right here, which I'm completely comfortable with. You don't want to give the Rams time back if you don't get this 3rd down. 3rd and 8, you're in field goal range, so you're not thinking about short of the sticks as much as unless you have to throw it against the zone. You want to push this ball, obvious reasons to get a 1st down, then you take a timeout.
Third and 8. They seal the pocket. Breeze. Pass tipped away. Kayvon Webster, the former Bronco, there to break it up. And Lutz will come out for a field goal attempt.
Give Wade Phillips credit. He plays zone. Plays a cover 2 zone on 3rd down. And Breeze wanting the flag. But Wade Phillips got the Saints. The Saints blocked it up, almost a 2-man route down the field, expecting a big play versus man coverage, and didn't get it there.
So Lutz got the same kick that Zuerlein made from 50, going in the same direction and the same result. Lutz 3rd in the league in scoring. Zuerlein leads it, but Lutz now on the season 23 of 27 as he knocks it through from 50.
Here comes Goff coming back out, and what a difference a year makes. And we talked earlier about his quiet feet, his ability to throw with his upper body. So watch, most people shuffle up about 4 yards by the time they throw. He's staying in the same spot, like 4 or 5 hitches, and he never moved up a yard. And then he throws that receiver open. He was covered at that moment. He lets it go. He's got good instincts. What a difference from last year to this year. The ceiling is bright. I mean, it's high for this guy. The future is bright, and I tell you, he just couldn't. I don't know that a lot of people were expecting that from last year. He gets some great offensive system stuff in that really allows him to showcase. You get a year under your belt, and then those things that I talk about show you he can be special.
How come all the experts last year were starting to say he couldn't play?
Well, people go by stats. They don't sometimes just see there's certain things. The stuff you look for is that what I just said. You look for ability to throw in small pocket. There's always stuff around you. Can you throw from a little space? He can do that.
The Verizon halftime report, again straight ahead. The crew is once again this week picking on Phil. That's not right. Coach Cowher. Boomer with perhaps his most accurate pass in years. Coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. They have one timeout. Fighting to get out of bounds, and he does. That's Higbee.
That's big for both teams right there. So Higbee going out with a little ankle or something that looks like he rolled it.
Since we got this game not even 2 weeks ago, I've been excited to see. A lot of folks have. There's a lot of intrigue about what's going on with New Orleans. 8 straight wins, and because they had 3 straight 7-9 seasons. Then they got the Rams. You know, we showed the stats for Goff a year ago, and what a turnaround. How about this team now? They're leading their division, and they're both exciting, as you can see.
Yeah, it's been great. I was excited to do this. Study the tape, watch Goff, see how, if it's for real, and it is. I mean, it's
2nd and 4.
So here we go. This is right here. 3rd and 4. That's why that play out of bounds was big. It was big for New Orleans as well. New Orleans has 3 timeouts. Anything being stopped short is going to be huge. And you see right here, last year, the NFC division winners, none of them are the same. All brand new. All missed the playoffs last year. And man, the NFL, it's changes overnight.
Of course, they played Minnesota last week, got an early touchdown in that game. The Rams did before losing. They didn't put up anything again in that game, so their offense got silenced after an early score. But they lost that one. Now they've got a division leader here. They got the Eagles here in 2 weeks. Goff, pass. Oh, it's finally caught by Watkins. The juggling act ends with the reception of 31.
Harris just doesn't get there, and you know, Watkins, 2 big plays in this football game. Little juggling act there.
Usually it doesn't quite end with you're being able to pull it in. It just gets crazier by the second as you continue to juggle it, but he did a good job of locking it in, concentrating, and pulling it down.
I'm getting aggressive if I'm here now. They're going to probably throw something right away, but I like to get it down the field on 1st down here.
That's Gurley, no gain.
So when you're right at that, like, oh, you kind of need 5 yards, you could kick it from here, but it's a really low percentage kick at this point. You need that 5 yards. You got 2 other plays. The first time is you want to chunk, because if you can get a big chunk on 1st down, you can still get a touchdown. Every time 6 to 8 seconds go off the clock right now, it gets more and more likely like a field goal. One more play. If it's not a chunk here, it's a field goal play for the 3rd down play.
That last play was ruled an incompletion. From here, it would be about 63 yards for a field goal. Goff is walloped by Jordan.
And they got to take a timeout. Boy, what an outside swim move by Jordan. Right here, watch this, right outside. And Goff doesn't feel him coming, and Havenstein just turns and he does the old look out quarterback.
2nd time that Jordan has gotten to Goff in this game.
Jordan's playing fantastic. I mean, he's having a fantastic season. That's his 10th sack now in the season. Came in with 8. Saints took a timeout. Wow, interesting. Not sure I would have done that.
It's going to be 3rd and 20. Yeah, it's an interesting decision there because, again, if you can pick up, well, you got a timeout on the Rams side.
Well, the problem is New Orleans, if they get the ball back, is going to get it at their 10 or 15-yard line.
But you might.
With 1 timeout maybe or 2, and just, I don't see how that's going to help you with 15 seconds, 10 seconds and a half. And then all you're doing is helping the Rams save a timeout if they do get 15, 20 yards here.
Over to Kupp. Kupp plowing ahead. And that's to the 45. Will they run it down and bring out, again, the best kicker in the league this year?
Yeah, they're going to run it down and take a timeout. 3 or 4 seconds to go.
Yeah, but it's going to be a Zuerlein who's going to try something that is Dempsey-esque. All those Saints fans know what I'm talking about. Tom Dempsey, who was the first to ever set the record back in 1971 with a 63-yard field goal. That record later broken years later by Matt Prater of 64. But this will be a 63-yard attempt, I believe, for Zerline.
But that was the Praetors in Denver or no?
Yes, it was.
So
that was at altitude.
So this is a record for non-altitude?
Well, no, there have been others. Again, Dempsey had one against Detroit.
Yep.
Back, decades ago, early 70s, 71, at Tulane Stadium.
He definitely has the leg. He's made a 61-yarder.
You had others at 63, but again, they were at altitude. You had Elam made one in Denver. You had Janikowski in a visit there, made one from 63 in Denver. The only one I can think of that's 63 is Dempsey.
Dempsey's
which was
the longest right?
Yeah,
Denver.
It was the first one ever to come from that far.
And that
out.
was
71, I think.
No. Dempsey made it was 62, wasn't it?
Oh, 63 yards. It was 63 yards.
Yeah.
No. You got to realize I've lived in New Orleans. Joe Scarpetti was the holder.
Come on.
Yeah. Look it up.
I wish we had a stats guy in this room somewhere that could do some of this. Our great stats guy, Ethan. Ooh. That didn't help.
So
here we go.
63 yards for a kicker who is 29 of 30 on the year. 5 for 5 from 50 and beyond. There is a returner back deep. Should he come up short?
This is a play. If it's short, New Orleans has it set up to be blocked. You've done this before.
Well short. It's Ginn, who's a great returner.
Oh, one guy.
There are a lot of them closing in on him.
That's the scary part. Like when you don't get it there, that other team may have that set up.
So, 17-10, Rams lead it at the intermission. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Verizon and a word from your local station. Saints and Rams, 17-10. Los Angeles leads it. About to begin the third quarter. New Orleans will be receiving the third quarter kick. Let's take a look at the gain of the first half. And it's a touchdown pass. Goff to Reynolds. Goff, by the way, 245 yards in that first half. That's the most passing yards by a Rams quarterback since a game back in 2003 with Mark Bulger. He's never had a 400-yard game. Just saying, he's on pace to do that today.
Yeah, and they're going to need it today. I tell you, the Saints are. This is going to be one of those games we thought it'd be 30, 35, and right now it looks like the pass rush is getting to them a little bit quick, or to New Orleans a little bit quicker. So Breeze has had a struggle just a couple times to get the ball out. Goff on fire right now. If he can keep that up, Rams will win the game.
See, the Rams ran 18 more plays than New Orleans. And again, not much in the kick return game here today with these strong-legged kickers.
As the game moves on, the Saints' ability to run the football that they've done this 8-game winning streak is a key. The defenses get worn down and they start to maul you up front. If New Orleans is going to win this game, that's the recipe. Continue to pound it right at Los Angeles.
Breeze, meanwhile, you saw it, 8 of 10 for 79 yards. Saints put up 166 yards of offense. The one big play, about half of that total. Ingram, 5 carries for 12 yards, and he's the running back to begin the third. Try to get him going. Got a couple, and we go down to Tracy.
Jim, you talked about the number of total plays by the Saints, that number being 21. Well, Sean Payton pointed that out going into half. He said we need to do a better job there, and that stems from being better on third down. He said defensively we're hot and cold, and Vaccaro got caught sleeping a few times and need to improve there. As for Sean McVay, he was pleased with his defense, but he got a little too pass happy, he said. He says they need to be a little bit more balanced to protect Goff in the second half.
Okay, Tracy, 2nd and 8 for New Orleans. And incomplete. That was Ogletree. May got a hand on it. There's a flag down 5 yards past the line of scrimmage.
You see, they get matched up in that empty formation when they had 2 big plays to Thomas earlier. They tried it again.
Pass interference, defense, number 52. Automatic first down in spite of the foul.
So Ogletree Thought he made a good play, but before that, this is what happened. He got called for it.
He holds them right there at the side, and it's actually a good hold because Thomas had clear space running across the field, and that's what we said. You got to get in that formation 5 to 7 more times in the game. That's the first one. That Thomas has 2 big plays. That was almost a third.
First defensive penalty committed by the Rams, who have allowed an NFL low 13 third quarter points. Here's the toss to Ingram. And give them 2 more. The only team to score a touchdown on the Rams in the third quarter was week 3, San Francisco. Other than that, they come out. Wade gives them a little talk at halftime, makes a few adjustments, and help them dominate this quarter. They've had blowout wins in Los Angeles this year. They've had 4 wins already this year, Tony. That's best in the league by at least 25 points.
It's impressive. You go get Wade Phillips, and then you have this offensive system and a young quarterback playing great with Gurley. I mean, it's hard. This team's very, very good.
2nd and 8. And look at this. The toss to Kamara. That was Zach Line who had the football first, and then he gave it up to Kamara. So we've seen some interesting little trick plays around the line of scrimmage, one by each side.
Yeah, you see it. That's pretty unique. I haven't seen that one. Fullback.
Is it rugby or football? What's going on here?
I tell you that when you talked earlier about the Rams and their defense in the third quarter, and adjustments are a real thing in the National Football League. The best coaches are adjusting throughout the entire football game, not just at halftime. You definitely do it then, but you adjust quickly when the opponents are changing.
3rd and 8. Breeze goes deep. And a flag down. Again, never saw the football.
That could be on New Orleans, though.
Illegal shift. Offense. Penalties decline. 4th down.
So the Rams will take him off the field.
Yeah, you got to get set before the snap, and Drew Brees tried to quick snap them. And what you do is you quick snap and you have a guy basically take a home run shot because the safeties aren't in position. Not everybody's communicated. The pass rush doesn't get there as fast. But you got to get your own team set.
Thomas Morstead in his 9th year out of SMU. No, good play. Been doing that since he got there. Oh, there's an open field, though, on that side. There's an open field except for Morstead. And Cooper finally gets shoved out by Hodges. And there are no flags. A 40-yard return after a 58-yard punt. Sean McVay, we discussed with him, what kind of coach are you? How do you try to get the best out of your players? And he told us, I'm always going to go the relationship-driven approach to coaching.
Yeah, I asked him about, coaches have different styles. There's no right way. It's just you have to be yourself. Players will know real fast if you're trying to be something you're not. And, they respect him. He's great.
Pass is knocked down again. Cameron Jordan's having a great game. But, the Rams have not made the playoffs since the 04 season. And back at that time, Sean McVay was in his freshman year at Miami University in Ohio. He was redshirting as a wide receiver.
That's fantastic.
That's 04.
Look at that. That was last year when he was interviewing for the job.
Yeah, exactly.
And there he is today. Put on a lot of stress this summer and the early part of the year, but,
But I promise, Mr. Cronkey, I can change. I can get the scruffy look on. I can change the hairdo.
It's a good call with the scruff. It makes him older. I mean, he's got Drew Brees back. He's the guy playing out here.
Look at Austin. Just cuts his losses. And again, it's Jordan who forced it. Loss of 8.
Cam Jordan setting the edge. You're going to see him watching right there. Split the double team and disrupt the play. From there, Austin had no choice.
Cameron Jordan's got 2 sacks. He's got a lot of other disruptions.
He's been disruptive all year, and you see right there, a little pull and get by, and he does a great job finishing the play at the end. Look at that rip move up outside. When he closes in on you, he finishes and gets the quarterback down.
So 3rd and 18 for Dennis Allen's defense, and they go draw. And stumbling out to about the 50 is Gurley. And it gives Gurley for the game 5 carries for 25.
You know, the interesting thing at halftime, Sean McVay talked about wanting to get the running game going. And they need to, you know, run more. He wanted to be more balanced. But there's so many big plays to be had when both their starting corners are down. This is one of those games it would be okay being a little offset, throwing the football more than being balanced completely, because you have such an advantage on the outside right now against New Orleans backups.
Hecker able to do exactly what he hoped to pin him inside the 10. 40-yard punt. New Orleans set up at the 9 when we come back.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. FedEx. Sign up for FedEx Delivery Manager. And by Papa John's. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
World famous Pinks on La Brea. Been serving up hot dogs. So all kinds of fans and locals and tourists and celebrities since 1939. All right, New Orleans taking over. Down 7. Hecker 3 for 3 and pinning the Saints inside the 20, this time inside the 10. And that's a 5-yard pickup by Ingram. The records in the NFC, there's so many good ones. Led by Philadelphia with the best record overall, 10-1. Minnesota won on Thanksgiving. Look at this. How about the NFC South and how it's doing here?
1, 2, 3, all in the playoffs right now if it ended today. That's it's a very strong division, and you know, I don't see any of those teams letting up anytime soon. This is a big game for a lot of reasons. Obviously playoff picture, but both these teams might see each other again, home field, anywhere. I mean, you never know how things turn out.
2nd and 5. Complete and stopped him about a foot short. That was Trumaine Johnson who brought down Thomas. And you pointed out the NFC South. That division has delivered the NFC champion to the Super Bowl the last 2 years in Carolina and then of course Atlanta last year.
Well, if you look at it, it's the strongest, maybe the strongest division of quarterback play in the league. And so they're always going to consistently at least have 1 or 2 good teams. And you got Drew Brees, you got Matt Ryan. I mean, you got Cam Newton. All 3 of them are in the playoffs right now as of today.
3rd and inches. Ingram, 2nd effort. He's going to have the 1st. He was met initially, Mark Barron, but Saints will get a new set of downs.
Great 2nd effort right here. See Ingram just get through there. That was important. If you punted right there, you're almost giving the Ram points because they're getting it right at midfield. And all they would have needed was a 1st down. You see the Heisman Trophy in 09 for Ingram.
2nd in franchise history in rushing, only bettered by Deuce McAllister. Ooh. On 1st down, throw wobbled, may have been deflected, but it was caught by Thomas and a flag is out. Gain of 13. Check the flag.
Holding. Offense. Number 72. 10-yard penalty replay. 1st down.
Called on Armstead. Now the Rams have gotten to Brees for 2 sacks today. He had been dropped only 10 times coming into this game. 10 times in 10 games. And that was tied for the fewest in the league.
Yeah, Wade Phillips' defenses are predominantly known for playing man coverage and rushing the quarterback with 5 guys. You know, he gets them singled up and all these, and you got to get the ball out, and you got to have good man-to-man route runners. Right now, there's not a ton of separation from New Orleans. Drew Brees is going to have to do some of this, you know, throw the ball in perfectly little tight spots to get completions.
1st and 19. Quick throw over to Ted Ginn, ridden down by Ogletree. See what Breeze comes up with on 2nd and 14 as you got a good look into the huddle. The 2 tight ends, including Fleener. And he just flings it away incomplete in the area of Ingram because Aaron Donald was right there in his space.
Yeah, and Drew just throws it in the dirt because he feels like sometimes you're about to throw it and the guy's going to tip it. And you have to throw it so high on a screen to get it over his hand that it stays in the air too long and you could throw an easy interception. So he just decides almost to protect the football there.
Halfway through the quarter, we've had just 21 yards of total offense and a timeout signal by Drew. Tracy, down to you.
Well, Jim, one injury note for the Rams. They will play the rest of this game without linebacker Connor Barwin. He is out with an arm injury. And right now, another player down. As soon as I get some information on that, I will bring it to you as well.
It's Trumaine Johnson.
Well, that's an important one because he's been traveling for the most part on the opposing team's best receiver. He looks okay. But he's matched up with Michael Thomas today.
Held Thomas to 3 catches for 41. Not sure they all were in times that Trumaine was on him.
Yeah.
But Breeze effusive when we spoke to him, and there's Thomas. About this is being the beginning of a new era for the Saints organization. They've hit on these drafts and the free agents, and we're just entering this window, he says. This should be good for years to come. He's able to get it to Fleener, who's going to be stopped short of a first. Ogletree backs him up. It was a 10-7 game after the first quarter. We've had 10 points scored in the game since then, as the defenses for each side have certainly started to make their presence felt. Breeze has been held under 100 yards passing. Look at that boot. That boot by Morstead drove him back to about the 10. Cooper already with one big return. Ball comes out and goes out. And a flag there too. Morstead had a chance at that football. This is after he had unleashed a 67-yard punt.
Yeah, this is going to be a block in the back. Possibly 47.
During the return, illegal block in the back, return team number 47. 10-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
So Saints do a good job of there. Yeah. So the field position definitely changed off the long punt, plus the penalty on Peterson of the Rams.
We're good. We're good.
He just brought up off the practice squad earlier this week.
180. What's that?
Give it to Gurley, wide open lane. Gurley into the secondary, flag out. Marcus Williams tackled him by the ankles after 21.
Oh, that's going to come back. That was a big-time play for the Rams coming out of their own end zone area. And great tackle, open field tackle by Williams. Safety for New Orleans.
Holding, offense, number 77. Half the distance to the goal, replay, 1st down.
Hold on, Andrew Whitworth. By the way, next week it's regional time on CBS, our NFL coverage. Many of you are going to get New England against Buffalo. The Bills with a big win today at Arrowhead. We'll take on the Patriots. The first of 2 matchups. They still got to play up at New England on December 24th. And of course the day begins at noon Eastern with the NFL Today. Regional action next week. Check your local listings. So that penalty gets now applied as a spot foul takes them back to, and they're still deciding, do they have the right place here? 8-yard line it'll be.
It could be half the distance, 10 yards, 5 yards, spot foul, goes back 10.
They went spot here, and first and 15. Gurley again. Pumps through a tiny crease. Looked like there was nothing happening, and next thing you know, he was able to slide right through it. Picks up 14.
What a wonderful, just watch how he scoots right through here. Like right there, there's nothing there, and then just gets little. And a powerful and patient back who can do it all. Todd Gurley showing everybody what made him so special coming out.
And what did McVay tell us? He's a big back, but he's actually a speed back. He's actually, I think, a combination of the two.
And they've used him in the screen game. They've used him all over. He does everything.
Go to him again. Picks up the first. Kind of an update of a game going on down in Arizona. Jags and Cardinals. Let's go back to JB and Nate.
Bortles on 4th and goal.
That's right, JB. Blake the Snake Bortles slithers his way in for a 1-yard TD run. He gets Jacksonville on the board, but the Cardinals, they still lead 16-10.
Jim, Tony, and Tracy.
All right, the AFC South leading Jacksonville Jaguars, who have had some big wins on the road this year, including some blowout wins on the road. Working their way back into that game at Arizona, mid-third in that one. 5 minutes to go in the third here. Goff going for the long ball, and it's incomplete. But a flag is drawn. Going to be on P.J. Williams trying to defend Sammy Watkins.
Gonna see it go up.
Pass interference, defense, number 26. Automatic first down, spot of the foul.
Can't quibble with that call.
Now that's pass interference right there.
And again, you got the two starting corners for the Saints inactive today in Lattimore and Crawley.
You're gonna see him go here. Now watch the backside safety. He's gonna pass him off over here. And the backside corner and safety, neither one of them are there. And really, Goff had him if he wanted to throw it to that part of the field, across the field a little bit more.
It's a 48-yard penalty. Now they blitz. He unloads it. Austin slips through a hit. And how about how Goff has exposed this secondary without two key figures?
You're not kidding. That play right there, no one will remember tomorrow. It's a nondescript play. That should tell you that Jared Goff is a good quarterback, but B, he has a high ceiling. Watch this. Pressure's going to come right up the middle. Off his back foot, aggressively throws this in stride out in front of the receiver so he can make that first guy miss. That's really an impressive throw instead of going 2nd and 15.
Penalty, second down.
They just threw a flag in the just off the huddle.
Yeah, you can't have 12 men in the huddle because the defense doesn't know what your personnel is.
So you're making a point about it was just a seemingly innocuous 3-yard pass play, but what you liked about that is he turned what could have been trouble, maybe a sack, and was able to make something out of it.
Like solid quarterback play, they just throw it away at the guy's feet and get rid of the ball and don't take the sack. High-level quarterback play gets rid of it in stride with a throw that gets there fast. Exactly right.
2nd and 11 now. Sticks it in there for Gurley, and the Saints are all over that for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 11 coming up, and they get quickly to the line here from the 28.
New Orleans hasn't pressured as much as I thought coming into this game. And they're trying to protect these corners outside but not pressuring much, but at some point they're going to have to.
There's Goff over the head of Watkins with two Saints defending. Harris back deep. Williams as well. It's going to be about a 46-yard field goal attempt coming up for Zuerlein.
Williams does a good job making the receiver go inside near the safety.
By the way, we were at halftime having some fun about all that Tom Dempsey talk and look back. It was 1970. And there was another guy that we had almost all of them. David Akers was another one who had a 63-yard field goal that was not at altitude. Made the kick at Lambeau.
Wow.
This is a much more reasonable request from 46 yards for Zierlein. And it's back to business as usual.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Toyota. Let's go places. And by McDonald's. I'm loving it.
A beautiful weekend here in the Los Angeles area, and we've got 3:37 to play in the third quarter. Rams have once again gone up 10. A kick, line drive, bouncing through the back of the end zone. So here comes Drew Brees, 11 out of 15, 96 yards, averaging 278 on the season. Again, he's got this average passing yards per game, best in the league history.
I got a funny feeling he's going to get over 200 today.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has a way of, right now, as a quarterback at his level, he's now understanding, even though they haven't been explosive today, he knows what they're doing on defense at this point. He's been on the sideline, they've talked it over. He has a plan on how to attack him from here out when they start throwing the football. And if they're going to keep trailing, they're eventually going to go to him bringing him back.
Going to go with another running play first for about 7. You look at what he's done as just a Saint, of course, starting his career south of here down in San Diego. Marino had over 400 touchdown passes with one team. Favre, Brady, who's moved past Brees today, by the way, on the all-time touchdown list. Brees is on that incredible list of accolades as well that you just saw. 480 in his career. Brady, with his 4 touchdown tosses against the Dolphins, is now 482, so he leapfrogged over him. Got his left tackle, though, who's walking to the sideline slowly, Armstead.
Well, he didn't play the first 5 games this year. And, you know, when you put the tape on, he's a little rusty at times, but he's been, I mean, having all these guys healthy has been a huge difference, you know, for how they like to run downhill at you and just move the ball that way. And here we go.
They move Andrus Peat from left guard to left tackle, and Senio Calamete comes in now at left guard. And Brees is in trouble because of all of that changing on the offensive line. And there's a flag, and Brees is taken down. Abukam is the one who got to him.
Personal foul, chop block, offense number 22. Penalty's been declined.
Ooh, there it is on Aaron Donald.
That's really not, the chop block is a low and a high block. He actually went, the running back went to block the linebacker and missed. And that's when he hit Donald low, but he didn't try to. One guy can't block high and another guy low, basically, on a defensive pass rusher.
So they take the sack, of course, and set up a 3rd and 11, or 3rd and 13, after a loss of 11.
Wade Phillips will rush 4 guys here. Either drop the soft zone in with him dropping in barely, or he'll just play straight man coverage across the board.
John Perry was having a little word on the sideline with Sean McVay. And now they're ready to go.
Oh, yeah. Watch this. Just go right there, and everyone's going to go right across this line in a nice soft zone.
Breeze pass, short. One hop into the hands again.
Oh, he's trying to fit it just over the top. Oh, just needed half a yard for New Orleans.
Morstead's had a 67-yard punt and a 60-yard boot in this game. This one of the shorter variety, and a flag is thrown back at the 29. That's a 43-yard punt. Mike Westhoff, who's come as in midseason as a consultant for the special
Personal
teams.
foul. Return team number 32, who blocked the gunner out of bounds. 15-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
Westhoff a long time in that capacity with the Jets, and one of the best the game's ever known as a special team coach. We've got an update in New York. Let's go there. JB, all yours.
Hey, Jim, Seattle padding its lead.
Yeah, Russell Wilson to Jimmy Graham. They typically run a fade route right there. There they ran the quick slant. Jimmy Graham gets in for the touchdown. That's his 8th touchdown of the season. Hawks 21-6.
Early in the 4th, Jim Nance.
All right, thank you, JB. Nate, thank you. 21-6 in that one. Of course, the Seahawks 1 game behind Los Angeles in this division. Play action, Goff. A connection to Watkins to about the 42. A gain of 22.
You're going to see him go up and go right in, right there, with a deep slant, basically, that turns into an in. And 1st down, they want to attack you, and they like going to Watkins on these play actions.
Of course, the 4th overall pick back in 14 out of Clemson by Buffalo. He had foot issues for a number of years there, and then traded in August to here. The Rams gave up E.J. Gaines and a 2nd-round pick to bring him here. On 1st down, trying to hold off Jordan, and Goff has an open target. It's Higbee, still going. He got dinged earlier in this game, but man, you wouldn't know it with that effort. 38 yards picked up on the pass play.
Watch, you're going to see him go right up the sideline, and there's 4 guys on one side of the field. This is an Andy Reid special they were killing teams on early in the year, where the running back goes right up the field on seam routes, and Goff does a great job of getting through that progression. You see his instincts to get to that guy and then throw the ball after you got through the reads. I mean, well done.
He's got a special talent. He's got a 300-yard game off that play. 180. And Gurley, they'll give him 2. One thing McVay said about the quarterback, maybe this is to your point, he's getting just a 2nd-year player, but he said, you know, he's not afraid to fail. He's fearless. There's no flinch.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is you like that. I mean, he throws 2 interceptions, I believe it was against the Seahawks.
Yep.
And the very next play, he comes out and rips a seam in between, you know, I think it was Chancellor, Thomas, these guys, and he rips it right in there. And that's a very, you know, difficult throw under that, especially after you've thrown, you know, a few interceptions. And to do that tells you he's not scared. And that's what you need at that position.
Seconds to go in the 3rd, and Goff is going to the end zone over the head of Reynolds, who's already caught one for a score. Now 3 seconds to go in the 3rd.
Do you remember when Sean McVay talked about interviewing for the job? And one thing he did was he talked to Jared, and he brought him in and he talked to him a little bit, and he's like, hey, tell me what went wrong last year. At no point did Goff sit there and talk about all the other people and it was because of this. He looked at him and told Sean, he goes, hey, I got to play better. I'm going to get better. I'm going to improve. And when you stand and you hear your guy take the blame, boy, you really want to root for that guy. That's your guy from that point on.
Definitely tells you something about him. And here he is on the last play of the quarter, rolling out, trying to get away from Jordan. Running out of real estate and throws it incomplete. But we do have another penalty marker.
Probably decline this. And it'll be 4th down. He's thinking right now, Sean's going, back him up. Ooh, he's going to back him up and make the
Personal
field goal.
foul, face mask, offense number 79. 15-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Well, 15 yards, yes, you do want to back him up. 15, now that makes the field goal very difficult.
And we will head to the break. Saints last week trailed by 11 after 3 quarters. They're down 10 today going to the 4th. Sean Payton took the penalty, which gives the Rams another crack at a 3rd down from the Saints 34 to start the 4th quarter. Jim Nance here with Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum.
And I like that decision because when it's 15 yards, you're at the 34. That's a very, the percentages go way down in the field compared to where it was. And, you can pressure him here, make him throw quick. If it's incomplete, he's kicking it from there. When they're at the 18, the 15, 20, you got an easier field goal. So
they got to get all the way to the 10 to entertain a 1st down. What a catch. That's tough.
Great decision by Sean Payton. Take him back now.
Yep.
See if it pays off on this kick.
It's going to be a kick somewhere right around 49 or 50.
And the kicker's not very good for the Rams, right?
No, he's had a real struggle. Hey, he missed a 63-yarder. He's not that great.
He's pretty good.
Yeah, he is 2 for 3 today. Almost feel like you shouldn't even credit the one against him. That at the end of the 1st half. And he's made 30 on the season. 30 of 32. It's officially 49 with Mannion holding. I beg your pardon, it's Hecker holding. Perfect snap, perfect hold, and the kick. It is good. That one had a lot to spare. But the Saints did on that possession right there have to hold the Rams really to a field goal.
And they needed that, and starting to get into that similar territory of Washington last week. When you're going to ask Drew Brees to go win you the football game, trailing by a couple scores. And the Rams, important drive there to get points, but New Orleans, maybe even bigger to get a stop from a touchdown.
Let's get an injury update from Tracy.
Jim, we saw Saints left tackle Teron Armstead limp off. It is a hamstring injury. He's on the sideline trying to work it out right now, but his return is questionable.
Okay, Armstead, he's had some issues. He missed early in the season, been nicked in some other games. But Brees coming off that 15-point come from behind masterpiece at home. Now finds himself in a 13-point hole on the road. And things will begin for New Orleans at the 25. So at the moment, Goff is basically tripling the yardage of Brees. Brees, who is 7 years older than the head coach of the Rams.
Yeah, and there you see Sean McVay right there, the head coach for the Rams. Oh, wait a second now. That's not him, I guess. Sean's pretty young. There he is. There's another young.
Just another young kid on the sideline.
So it's up to Drew Brees now. They're gonna have to let him take this a little bit here.
Yep, here he goes, throwing on 1st down. Throwing, and a little underthrown. And Webster got his hands on it. He's disappointed he didn't make the pick. Ginn knows if that was just a little bit more air under it, he could have had a big gain.
This is a touchdown. The corner and the safety. Oh, they just watch right here. He thinks it's cover 4. He thinks it's cover 2, which means he has help. So watch, the corner doesn't think he has to take the whole part of the field. No one's there. It's a touchdown if he just leads them. miscommunication by the Rams and Webster there, and they got away with it.
They take Kamara out of the backfield and send him to the top of the screen. Down the middle they go, and that's broken up. Fleener draws flags, 3 of them.
Can't do that.
Countess with a shot to the helmet, it appeared.
And Breeze had Thomas underneath on the same route they've been going to earlier.
Personal foul. Defense, number 24. Hit on a defenseless receiver.
Oh, my
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely.
Oh, that's the definition of that penalty.
That is dangerous. You can't do that. Leading with the helmet, up in the neck area, right to his helmet. That's a big fine too. That one.
Yeah, the wallet's going to be a little lighter here in a few days.
Glad he got up after that one. Fleener. And Breeze starting to get more aggressive. Could have taken underneath to Thomas there with the matchup he had. Breaks in and back out, and here we go. There's plenty of time to run the ball and everything still, but keep being aggressive.
From the 40, new set of downs off the penalty. Tossing it over to Kamara. No one gets him on the first hit. Look at the hurdle now. Yes, they used to have track and field here for the Olympics, and he just qualified for the 2028 games that are going to be held here. In this Coliseum again.
Wow. Look at that. He's like,
Edwin Moses?
I'm gonna go over you. Edwin Moses, 122 straight wins, I want to say. Look at that.
And one gold in this building.
He's just special. Look at this. Kamara's a special talent. Here we go. Drew Brees starting to put the pressure on him now.
From the 43 of the Rams to Kamara. And he takes it up the middle to the 38. How about when you show up in Tuscaloosa if you're Kamara? Because his first stop was actually Alabama. There was a junior college in between Alabama and Tennessee. But when he got there, among those that were already there or in his draft class, the combinations, the other running backs, T.J. Yeldon, Derrick Henry, Kenyon Drake, who is on the Dolphins roster.
Yep.
I mean, it's a little crowded, I would say.
He's showing you what makes him special. You got one-on-one up top. Both guys.
Fleener back out after that vicious hit. 2nd and 5, and he's unable to hold on to it.
It's a bad
surprise, honestly, that with that hit, he wasn't checked for a concussion.
Well, he might have been, but we didn't see him on the sideline.
I didn't see it. No,
yeah, that's a tough. I mean, they go by, I guess, a lot of different things. How you look out on the field, the moment you get right back up.
And if they checked him, it was the quickest test of the 2-year new protocol. Third and 5. Rushing 5. Breeze, ball up in the air and incomplete. Now what will they do?
Oh, you almost have to go for this here at this point. I mean, you could theoretically pump, but I'd go for this. And I think Sean Payton likes to go for it too. I mean, you got to trust your quarterback here. Very aggressive. Too late right there. You got to throw that very quickly. It's a one-step slant, and then he works upfield and allows Joyner to undercut. We got away with one there.
4th and 5 from the Rams 38.
Ooh, the tight split formation. No one's out wide. Everyone's tight.
Breeze completes it. Kamara taken off. Flag down. He's tripped up at the 4 by Johnson.
Oh, we're going to see this flag. This could go either way. I'm going to go with the Rams. I think it's going to be a hold, possibly.
The play went for 33 yards. You see a signal?
I think I saw him point toward the Rams, and maybe 22 it looked
Prior
like.
to the pass, illegal use of hands for the face, defense number 22. Penalties decline. Result of the play, 1st and goal.
Wow, this was an incredibly gifted play call. I'm telling you, you're going to see everyone stack this bunch-type formation. Now watch, these guys are here to clear it. So Kamara gets to go one-on-one. Look at Kamara right there. He gets one-on-one with Barron, I believe, and gets all the way up the field, and you can't guard him in that kind of space. That's why they cut everyone split. Great design.
Got a 1st and goal. Got a running play with Ingram. Twisted down by Barron. after 2.
Big time tackle right there. That looked like a walk-in for a second.
You know, this could be a really great quarter of action.
Watch him right here. He's going to come right across the field. He's got to get through everybody and get over there, and then open field. See how this next couple plays play out. Remember, converted safety, playing linebacker for them, leading them in tackles.
And in interceptions is Barron.
Ooh, goal line. Goal line from the 3. This has to be a pass, doesn't it?
Looking pass all the way. It's Ingram out of the backfield, and he goes in untouched. We have another flag. And this preliminary signals against New Orleans.
Might have been a pick play. Drew's trying to tell him it's at the line of scrimmage. It's okay, he's at the line of scrimmage.
Pass interference offense. Number 84. 10-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
Called on Ho'o Manawanui.
We call him Who-Man. That's what Sean Payton calls him, Who-Man. Now watch Who-Man right here. Watch him right there. Boom, he hits him. That is a penalty.
Yeah, it was 3 yards past the line of scrimmage.
All Who-Man had to do was make him bubble over the top. You run at him, make him think you're going to hit him, and then just slide right underneath. So he stops his momentum running and tries to go around you. Didn't have to go and hit him. Now here we go. That's why that first tackle on first down by Barron was huge.
Penalty marks the football. Takes the football back to the 13. Where Breeze goes underneath to Willie Snead. And for Snead, just his 3rd catch of the year. Been targeted only 5 times before today. Picks up 9. So last week down 15. Late in the 4th, really 3 minutes to go. You're looking at the 5:28. That's the last minutes of regulation plus the minutes played in overtime. And they storm back to beat the Redskins for their 8th straight victory.
You can do anything here. You can run the football, because I would tell right now the coach knows that you can do anything on this play. Watch the back, though. They're trying to get him one-on-one right here.
Low snap, 3rd and goal. Thomas has stood up. That was Webster. He was the one guy that had to lock it down for Los Angeles, and he did.
Oh, he's going to kick the field goal. What a great tackle, Webster.
Well, you got 10:20 to go.
I would go for this. For me right here at this point in the game, with the way you've offensively, it's been tough most of the game. I mean,
21 yards is all it is for Lutz. And the kick is good.
Because the thing is, if you go for it and you don't get it, they're down inside the 5. You can get a 3 and out and get right back to the same spot quickly. Now they got to go.
Football coming back to Jared Goff and the Rams, who lead it at 23-13 in the 4th. 23-13, Lutz has it on a tee. Saints with that 8-game win streak. New England won its 7th straight today. Of course, the Eagles keep on steamrolling opponents. Today, Chicago, as Cooper is taken out just past the 20. In fact, some of the early headlines today, the Bills went into Kansas City. That's Zay Jones, who caught a touchdown, rookie out of East Carolina. Chiefs lost for the 5th time in 6 games. And yes, the Eagles are definitely on a roll. 9 consecutive wins. Burkhead had 2 touchdowns for the Patriots. Gurley, a quick 10. A real quick 10. Running behind Sullivan. Let's go back to JB and Nate in New York for an update.
Ex-Cardinal with the score.
That's right, Blaine Gabbert dropping back. He's hit by Ngakoue, and the ball is a loose, picked up, scooped, and scored by Calais Campbell. a little revenge on his old squad. Jacksonville takes the lead 17-16.
12-10 left in regulation. Back to Jim Nance.
Oh, that defense is amazing. That is a huge thing for Calais Campbell, as you guys said, coming back to Arizona. Pass play complete to Reynolds. Picked up 15.
You'll see Reynolds get right through the line, and just another almost easy play for the Rams in these play action chunks that they just are getting everybody in the league on consistently. Last week at Minnesota, they even had a couple open and they missed them, but that was the toughest, one of the toughest defenses they've gone against.
Look at this. Cooper flips it back to Cup, who then wings it and wisely threw it into the ground because Austin had 3 Saints defenders around. How about that call? How about the look of that play? That was fascinating.
That was fascinating, and I'll tell you, let's see what we got here. So we got no real running back. Cup's back there. Let's throw it. Then we're going to pitch it. Then we're going to throw it again. And I'm not sure he was trying to throw that away.
I hope he was.
Watch this. I think he just, look at that, just off the side of his hand.
Well, we talked about Cup's grandfather, who was a 5-year captain for the Saints as a guard. His father was a quarterback in the league, Craig Cup. So, you know, his dad knew how to throw the football a little bit for the Cardinals and the Cowboys.
I'm pretty sure his dad has him beaten a throwing contest. And you know what's funny? Throughout the week, when coach comes in with that play, and you're going to see pressure right here by Robertson off the edge, they're starting to dial it up. Now they're trying to get the ball back. We'll see. Right here is a great time, you know, come with a screen, do something to alleviate the pressure on your quarterback. 7-man protection.
They've had 2 straight incompletions that, of course, have stopped the clock. 3rd and 10. Goff steps up away from the pressure, goes long. Oh, and it was intercepted off the fingertips of Watkins by P.J. Williams.
I can't believe, did you see that? Oh, he had him beat by 5 yards. Oh, what a play. Look at Watkins is trying to stop and bring the ball in, and he tips it right to Williams. And if you're New Orleans, you know how you get interceptions? Just have the offensive guy tip it to you.
Yeah, a gift.
They're back in the game.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by The Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Honda. And by Verizon. Best gifts on the best network.
So Goff just threw his first pass interception in his last 138 attempts.
That was tough. Watkins has got to be able to adjust a little better than that. I mean, that ball was in the air a long time.
I was surprised, yes. That served in some ways as somewhat of a solid punt as Saints take it at the 19. And Breeze able to see that one fall incomplete, almost gave it right back to him. Trumaine Johnson should have had that one.
Well, you're going to see a little switch route, wheel route, and it's an inning. Oh, 2 guys are running. Someone ran the wrong route. You wouldn't have 2 double moves, a wheel route, and that has to be caught. I mean, that's it. The Rams need to win this Super Bowl game because that play right there, it almost locks the game up. Percentage-wise, in their territory, he might return that to the house.
Yeah, and he's done that already once this year. Here's a 2nd and 10 with heat. Ball tipped. I don't think so.
I think it hit the
That's
ground.
Fox, who has his arms wrapped around it and is ruled incomplete. It was deflected up in the air by Ogletree. Having some serious points there for effort, though.
Man, that was close. The Rams are just a tick away from getting that ball. And Drew Brees, a few times now, he's getting 9 lives here today.
Yeah, 2 straight plays now, 2 straight passes, flirting with an interception. 3rd and 10. In trouble. Goes underneath, no chance. Rams have that side completely shut off. And again, Ogletree, whose name keeps coming up, was there to hold it to a gain of 5. 8 minutes to go. They bring back out Morstead for the punt.
Got to give Wade Phillips, this defense, credit, playing man-to-man lockdown coverage right now. And they are not getting open. New Orleans down the field. No separation.
Cooper, right on the sideline, has it at the 25. Goff with that opening drive score. He's had him in front all the way. Okay, so the Rams with the lead by 10 and just a little more than a half quarter to go. Trying to get to 8-3 on the season and drop the Saints to that same record. Gurley meets Jordan, and he's dropped after 1.
And you see offensively, just the play action, the design. You know, you got 11 personnel, which means 3 wide receivers. It's hard to play action a lot of different ways out of that. The Rams and Sean McVay and Matt LaFleur and everyone involved here has got some unique and really great stuff. Give them credit. They've been aggressive all day. 42 back. I love that. You don't need to be balanced today when the weak point of the other team is in the secondary, 2 corners down. That's smart football.
2nd and 9, going up top. Incomplete. And it was Sterling Moore who defended. They brought him back up this week on Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver.
Now they should have ran there, though. Now that's
a little surprised.
Now at this point in the game, you're up 10, and you can throw it on 3rd down, but let's see. They're trying to determine what the coverage is going to be. Goff's going through. He's going to signal to everybody what the play is. He thinks these guys are dropping out. We're going to find out if he's right. I think they are as well.
Yep, they drop back. And they are able to pick up the first. How about this kid stepping up today, Tony? Reynolds, rookie, caught a touchdown in that first half. That's his 4th grab for the game for 36 yards and a key first down here.
Yeah, it's a good route up and goes right to the sideline. He's a long receiver. He's faster than you think. He gets up on you and gets that long stride going, and he looks banged up.
Yeah,
I believe he's from A&M.
Texas A&M it is.
Who happened to let go of their head coach
Today. Kevin Sumlin.
He did a great job when he was there, brought them back. You know, in that move, I believe he was there when they went to the SEC. Here we go.
Michael Thomas comes in. They've got their own Michael Thomas. The Rams do.
Boy, staying aggressive. This is
going
aggressive.
Deep, and it's not going to be both feet down, but a flag is out. Marcus Williams, who was able to grab hold of it, but
this is why you throw a lot. Now, in this specific case, we should probably run the ball.
Pass interference, defense. Number 24, automatic first down, spot of the foul.
So one play after Sterling Moore breaks up a pass. This time he's flagged for interference.
Well, it's going to be one-on-one, and here's what you're going to see. Watkins gets released, and Sterling Moore just doesn't want to get beat over the top, not knowing that the safeties did a great job of getting there. But it's a penalty. And that's why you want to throw the ball throughout the game. At this point, you got to run it a little bit. You got to attack these guys. That's 2 good things definitely happen in those plays. Your guy gets it, or they give you a penalty. Great corners, it goes way up where they can get the ball from there, but bad corners never get balls down the field.
Saints have allowed 102 yards in penalty yardage. Given up. Higbee. Look at that tackle by Williams. Marcus Williams, another one of those great rookies. They had incredible draft class. Mickey Loomis and the Saints. I mean, what they came up with. He was a 2nd rounder out of Utah.
It's the reason this is turned around. Give Mickey Loomis and Sean Payton credit. They've gotten killed over the years for some average drafts and some picks. Not anymore. This season, you're exactly right. They hit a home run.
Did.
Last year and this year, but Michael Thomas last year, Sheldon Rankins.
Rankins last year.
This year, studs all over the place. That's the biggest turnaround.
2nd and 6. Pass pulled down. What a catch by Kupp, speaking of rookies. This one on the other side. Yeah, they absolutely hit it. On the New Orleans side, Lattimore out today, but maybe the defensive rookie of the year, Ramczyk.
Yes.
That was a trade for Brandon Cooks they got that pick from New England. Marcus Williams, who was in the play before, Kamara. He'll be in the discussion too.
Great player. And right here, Hendricks is a little bit like that Rob Ninkovich. Does it all. You're right. Latimer could win Defensive Rookie of the Year. I think
and
right.
Kamara could win on the other side. You know.
They missed Latimer today. Quarterback's 40 rating going at him. No touchdowns thrown at him.
Cameron Jordan on the tackle. No gain for Gurley. Let's go to New York for the update.
Leading rusher for Jacksonville.
That's right, JB. Bortles with the fake handoff, and he keeps it for the 17-yard TD. I'll call this shaking Blake, like Ricky Bobby is not at 24.
7:21 left in regulation. Back to Jim Nantz, Tony Romo.
So that is a good one going on down in Arizona. Thank you, fellas. Second and 10.
Clock's a-ticking. Good job, Goff, waiting for that clock to go down. Very mature move there.
Back to Kupp. How about that combo?
Are you not impressed with Jared Goff today?
Oh, big time. And this kid, too, though, who's pulling him down for the 8th time for 116 yards, Cooper Kupp.
Just a great route. And look at Kupp. He's got like 5 yards of separation.
Well, we saw it, Tony. We saw it in August. We were at Oakland for a preseason game, their second preseason game. We were doing a little practice work, Rams and Raiders, and Goff had a game much like the one when he was in there for about a half. It looked just like this. And when we visited with him yesterday up at Thousand Oaks, he said that was the game where it really clicked for the first time.
Yeah, that's when Jared thought he could really, have a great season this year. He knew they were better and different.
Gurley stopped at the line of scrimmage. Saints had to use a timeout early in the third quarter, so they have only 2. They've used one now, bringing them down to 1 remaining. So Seattle is that's final 7-4 now for the Seahawks and 4-0 in the division, including the win over the Rams. But the Rams, if they can just close out these last 4 minutes, they'll stay a game ahead of them.
Yeah, I don't think 9 and 7's in the wild card at all this year. I think it's a 10 and 6.
Not in this conference.
Yeah, in the NFC, 10 and 6 is your best bet, and someone may get knocked out at 10 and 6 if a couple teams get hot. And look at Sean McVay. You gotta love it when you're young. Aggressive on this drive, up 10 points, 5 passes on this drive alone.
Not a lot of coaches would do that. And it's working.
Trust his quarterback.
Second and 10, toss, Gurley, blocker in front, Whitworth, Gurley breaks it, Gurley's got another first down. When you got a passing attack like what we've seen today, then you got a back like Gurley. And a line that's got some seasoning to it now with the addition of Whitworth and Sullivan.
And they moved Saffold into left guard. And he's, he used to play left tackle. He was a high draft pick. But the fact that he gets to be in there at left guard between John Sullivan and between Whitworth, between those two, the communication is so good between those guys that you get to automatically know what you're doing 100% on every play, and then you get to start to play fast, and you're starting to see his skill set and why people thought he was going to be a player.
You see Reynolds back out after he was injured earlier in this drive. A couple of jump cuts. Gurley picks up 2. And again, the Saints can only stop the clock once.
This drive is impressive. Very impressive right here, what the Rams are doing. They're staying aggressive while eating the clock. Just everything.
Timeout called by New Orleans. Again, that's their last. Go down to Tracy while we have a moment.
Well, Jim, Saints tight end Coby Fleener, we saw him take a vicious hit earlier in the quarter. He was not checked for a concussion at that time. He was just checked for a concussion after the last drive. He does indeed have a concussion. He is in the locker room and is out for the game.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Honestly, when he went back out there that soon, I was shocked. That meant he played several snaps while being concussed. Just, a few minutes away from that.
Hey, drop that one stick route, the quick little one. Ball gets up on you quick.
2nd and 8. Gurley up the gut for another 3, and again, Saints can't stop it.
So the best case for the Saints right here would be 35. You got to have about 230, 220. Hold them to a field goal, 26-13. Get the ball back with 220, and then you're just hoping to score a touchdown, onside kick. That's their best bet. And the Rams getting a first down right here pretty much will end this football game.
Dennis Allen's defense, which after the first 2 weeks, they opened up at Minnesota with a loss, and New England came in week 2 and did its thing. But after that, eye discipline and communication began to take hold for the defense. Here's Goff into the end zone to Watkins, and it's broken up. That was a nice play by P.J. Williams, denying Watkins a 2nd touchdown for the game.
Pretty good throw, back shoulder right here. Watkins sees it and tries, and that Williams just, it's all great defense. That's all that was. The hand gets right in there, perfect timing. So first down there, a touchdown would have ended the game, obviously, and now New Orleans with a little bit of life if they go down 13, having to get an onside kick if they were able to score once.
Now, had they run it there, they could have. They don't run the football down to the 2-minute warning and kick this on the other side of it. This would be 26 yards.
Yeah, I think you got to throw. You got to be aggressive and try.
And it's good.
The 20 seconds, 30 seconds isn't going to change much. The touchdown would have put you to 3 scores.
Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes and a perfect Thanksgiving weekend story, followed by new episodes of Wisdom of the Crowd, NCIS Los Angeles, and Madam Secretary. That's coming up again tonight on America's Most Watched Network. So Jared Goff, 354 yards, Tony. 28 of 43, so roughly 66%. 2 touchdowns, 1 to Watkins on the opening drive. And again, that's 5 straight games where they've scored on their first possession of the game. And then another one to Reynolds. This one set up a field goal to Higbee. Higbee, the catch, set one up.
Well, I tell you, he looks like the future's bright for the Rams here, and you get a quarterback and turn your franchise around real fast. And you see what's going on in Philadelphia. Carson Wentz, you got Wentz. I mean, you got a couple of really great young quarterbacks around there.
You were talking about all the draft picks that the Saints hit on. How about the rebuild here and what Les Snead and the Rams folks did? Because when you look, you're set at quarterback, got a star at running back. You don't have Woods today, but you've got, young receivers. You got a couple older guys in the offensive line, but start looking at needs. On defense, you got Aaron Donald. You got a couple of young studs in secondary. I mean, they've got a chance here for a good run.
Both of these teams are young in a lot of places, and so give Les Snead credit. Drafting him one, tough call there, and they made it, and it's looking to be a great one.
So here comes Breeze, down 13, and goes to the sideline. That's the last thing you got to do. If you're the Rams here, you want to keep things inside the numbers. Give them 5 to 10 yards, you're fine. It's about the clock. Do not let them continue to throw it to the sideline. And Drew is going to continue to throw it to the sideline until they take it away coverage-wise. Rams rush 4. And a flag thrown in the offensive backfield. It might be on Pete. And it's going to be on Andrus Peat.
Yeah. Holding. Offense. Number 75. 10-yard penalty. Replay. First down.
Yeah, Robert Quinn gets him on an up and under, and he just gets him. Watch the speed go up. Nope, coming under. And that's when you grab him and rip him around right there.
First and 20 with 2:17 remaining. Kamara That's the guy you want to get the ball in the hands of. Steps out at the 40. So 10-yard penalty, then a 10-yard pickup. 2nd and 10 coming up with 2:10 remaining in this game. Saints fans are saying, hey, Drew, you did it last week. Do it again. I mean, try to top the script, the one you wrote last week.
This one's actually tougher at this moment.
It is.
Yeah. And last week was tough. So
He scored that first touchdown with about 3 minutes to go last week. Michael Thomas, Jermaine Johnson has hold. Ogletree finishes him off, and we'll come to the 2-minute warning with the Rams leading at 26-13. Back to Los Angeles after this.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Lowe's. Hurry in today for huge savings on all things winter. And by State Farm. Here to help life go right.
Back for the last 2 minutes at the Coliseum. 1932, 1984. Another Summer Olympic Games awarded to this great city just a few weeks ago. Coming up in a little more than 10 years' time. 3rd and 1. Wide open. Again.
That's complete to number 19, Ted Ginn.
well, I'm fine with New Orleans doing this. If I'm New Orleans, this is perfect right here. I mean, it's only been 25, 30 seconds, even though it feels a lot longer. And if you can keep throwing the ball out of bounds, I don't care if you get 5 yards or 15, you just keep doing that. And if you're the Rams, keep them inside the numbers. Play the sideline.
There's another sideline pass, and again wide open once more. And that goes for 25. And yes, Breeze has his 200-yard game as you expected and more. He's at 231 after this.
And you're putting a corner in a bind. You're putting a guy behind him and underneath him and on top of him. It's cover 2, which means a safety has a deep part, one half the field, and the corner has the flat. He keeps going there and keeps going there, and they put a guy high and low. Offside.
Yeah. Might be a free play here for Breeze. Kamara, touchdown. Can even slow down to a jog to take it across.
Well, here we go.
Offside. Defense. Number 50. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
75 yards in 42 seconds.
Kamara just makes Ogletree stand right there and think he was going the other. I mean, how that was so easy.
And Kamara has the 2nd touchdown of the game. He's over 100 yards in receiving on 6 catches. 5 carries for 87 rushing. 17 yards a clip.
So it comes down to this. I'll tell you right now. New Orleans is going to kick an onside here. Obviously, the Rams get it. The game is over. If New Orleans gets it, they're right back in it.
For those of you expecting 60 minutes, you're watching the NFL on CBS. The New Orleans Saints in Los Angeles here taking on the Rams. Jim Nantz along with Tony Romo and Tracy Wolfson. The score here is Los Angeles 26, New Orleans 20. And 60 minutes will be seen in its entirety immediately following this game, except on the West Coast. It's going to be Lutz for the onside attempt. Of course, the most famous onside kick in Super Bowl history was by Thomas Morstead of the Saints when they won Super Bowl 44 down in Miami. Second half began with Morstead successfully delivering. Look how quick Lutz goes. Oh, he said, wait a minute, timeout first.
Great job by Sean McVay being super prepared now.
Timeout Los Angeles. 30-second timeout.
He stands right next to the ref, and as soon as he doesn't think his team is prepared, he was getting ready just to see what they were going to do, and then they were going to bring in talk, but he gets the timeout in before they could get it off. The kick went a little far, so they probably would have had it anyway, but they definitely only had 3 guys over there, and the Saints had 4, 5.
Of course, on the Rams side, that all-hands team and their special team coach, a good one, John Fossil. Whose father took a team to the Super Bowl, directing the Giants there.
Now this is interesting. If he kicks it over here, there's only 3 guys. 2 of them will block. You got 4 guys, but everyone else kicks it with a bunch of people. That's why they tried the last one.
It's up in the air, and that's Watkins.
And that'll do it. The Rams come in and at home at the Coliseum and get it done in a big game. Look at this. That was a good kick, Jim.
Yeah, that's kind of the way you want to do it. But a few of the Rams went out there and slowed down the onslaught of Saints. They blocked them, prevented them from being in the area. And Watkins is able to secure it and save it.
It's like, get out of here. No, you get out of here. Yeah, I love you. No, I love you. Yeah, let's go. That a baby.
Just don't injure a rib with Goff as you celebrate with him. This is one of their bigger wins. I mean, they've had some extraordinary performances. They won down in Dallas, put up big numbers there.
This is a tough one because New Orleans, you want to say, didn't play great today, but the story to me of this game, New Orleans' inability to create enough separation, as you see the standings right there, separation in the man-to-man coverage.
By the way, for the Rams, this now ensures they have their first non-losing season since 2006 with an 8th win.
And then the other thing too is the Rams taking advantage of the Saints secondary being without 2 starters, and that great coaching. You attack the weakness of the opponent over and over again
From the get-go.
until they show you that they can stop. If they do it, all right, but they really never did today, and that's why going forward New Orleans is probably okay because they're going to get these guys back and be able to play. Look at this. You know how much time they put in throughout the week to get ready for this 3.5 hour window? I mean, it's so much.
And of course,
And there's Wade Phillips, who turns around every defense wherever he goes.
what a great hire that was.
And it was a revenge game for him today.
Yeah, former defensive coordinator for the Saints under his father back in the mid-'80s, and was even an interim coach for the Saints for 4 games in '85.
But you could also argue that it's a revenge game every week for him, because I'm pretty sure he's been at about 15 places at this point.
And successful at all of them.
He's always been great.
So, Jared Goff and the Rams, if you didn't know it already, they have arrived. It's 354 yards, 2 touchdowns by Goff. Both teams walk off the field at 8-3. 26-20 the final. Let's go to JB in New York.